all we need basically is a good immunity at the moment and a good mindset. But the courage to look beyond the current circumstances is also very, very important. I am looking forward to hear feedback from you from yesterday's encounter and, of course, the first day. So, for everyone who's watching now on Facebook and those of you who are new, right? This is a detox process that we're all joining together to do for quite a few days. So, it's going to be until March 29th. And it's not only a physical detox, even though that's very much recommended because we have to boost our immunity, and immunity is very well to boost on a clean system, on a clean body, on a harmonious digestive system where we're not cluttered with everything that we've eaten, right? We need to give the body a break to create good immunity. And remember that, especially when people have fever, for example, or they have an illness, whatever illness, and especially flu, the first thing they do is they stop eating. Why? Not because they lost their appetite. Also, that happens. But why does it happen? Why the body does that? Is that it needs a break. It needs the right setting and the right energy to be able to handle immunity and create more of its defense system to be able to really deal with the illness that's going on. And in most illnesses, in most situations, it is recommended to have a lighter diet. Why do you think that is? Is it because we need to deplete the body and make it starve? No, it's because we need to give it a chance to breathe. The digestive system needs to rest and use all the energy that we have to deal with the situation that's going on in the body, with the new energy that is put in there that some call a virus and some call other things. But it's really an energy that the body has to handle, right? And the good thing to do is just give it a break from constantly chewing and digesting so that it can do that. And if you don't have any virus or any disease, it's even better to do it because that's when you build immunity and new cells and regeneration. So what the body does when we go on a lighter diet is it actually builds new hormones in the system and new ingredients for us to be stronger. So in my book, which is called the Pranic World book, I've published a research that has actually was proving that in our body, in our digestive system, we produce 400 to 500% more melatonin than in the brain in the moments of fasting. And that's very useful because melatonin regulates many, many things in our bodies, including the hunger hormones, the leptin and ghrelin, including the ATP, the energy that's produced to nourish the cells. And therefore, the more you let your digestive system rest, the more you produce the natural ingredients for you to feel better and to feel nourished even. So I know that's a paradox to many of you, but it's very easy to envision that or accept that when you look at the science of it, right? And when you look at your system, even when you've done your detox for quite a while and your body is clean now, once you start dropping off physical food, you are feeling even better than in the times that you're eating solid food because the body starts doing good things that it's encouraging the immune system to work better. So that's why we recommend a detox, a juice detox on this time, because everybody is fighting the idea of illness. And I'm going to stress about the thing that is fighting the idea of illness, not the illness itself, because really around you, I hope not so many people got ill. So it's most likely an idea than a reality, right? And it's been more and more supported by imprinting it in the global consciousness, right? And let's de-support that by building a better immunity. And we have talked about how to build immunity in the first two meetings. And I'm constantly stressing about it because it's very important for our general state of health in any time, and especially in time of crisis. And so today we add to that concept a little reference about what we can use besides the juices and the vitamin C fruits and what I've said the days before, what we can use to build a better immunity and to detox better and to enhance our pranic intake and our frequency, because that was the first topic of the pranic process itself. So let's refer a little bit to essential oils, right? How many of you have used or worked with essential oils, including those of you who watch on Facebook? So you can comment over there on yes if you have used and are aware of the benefits of essential oils. Anyone? Let's see, in the chat on Zoom, yes, there are people because you you are already trained in many holistic aspects. And in the Facebook, I don't see many, but let's go back to what to do with them. So from your knowledge, what are the oils that you can use for a detox and for better immunity, or even antiviral oils? What are the things that you use? Let's make a brainstorming here. So what do you use for your immunity and for your general state of health and to raise the frequency? What are the things that you're using? So Karen says basil and frankincense. Yes. Black cumin. Yes. Rosewood. Wow, that smells amazing indeed. I love it too. What else? What are you using as essential oils? And that's what you're using in general, but something that you're using in particular now for detox and immunity. What do you prefer? Lemon, peppermint. Lemon and peppermint, yes, they are indeed very good for detox. And it's good to inhale them, smell them, either through diffusers or to put them in your bath. But be careful about the peppermint, because if it stays on your skin, it's going to burn, it's going to itch, and so on. Karen says 25 drops of black cumin every morning in the throat. That's interesting. I would say it's very good for the throat, but the quantity really feels a lot to me because I'm using 1 or 2 drops of whatever I'm using in general. Maybe to others is different, so I couldn't say it's not good. I could just say to see again about the quantity, but the product itself, I'm sure it's good. I'm using oregano oil first on my list for detox in general and for immunity, especially now, because it kills every germ and every bacteria in general, even if you diffuse it, or if you put it on a piece of fruit, or on a piece of maple syrup and you swallow it, is very, very good for a general parasite cleanse, general intestine cleanse, and now it has very good antiviral properties. Also, so oregano in general for digestive system, for parasite cleanse and other aspect. I use it every once in a while, not permanently, because it can be challenging for the body, especially if you're on liquids or just prana. It can be too strong. So in general, for people, it's good to have something in your stomach when you use oregano oil, because it's very strong. And if you take it directly without combining it with maple syrup or honey or something, even a small piece of fruit, it could really burn. It feels like it's burning the throat. I mean, for me, because I feel everything much stronger, I'm very sensitive. Another oil that I feel called to use these days is wintergreen. This one in particular, but I'm not recommending a brand in particular. This is from a local brand in our country. Normally, I would buy Young Living oils, but that I'm working with a lot, and some other essential oils in different very good quality brands. Now I just found it in a natural shop the other day, and it really called me, and I felt it's very good for what's happening now. So I'm just using it constantly in my house to diffuse it, this wintergreen oil, and I'm constantly use it also in my throat area without swallowing it. So not for internal use, that's what it says on the bottle, but I'm sure there are also for internal use some specific oils. So hi, Elitom. I see you've joined right now, and I want to send hugs to you and send hugs to everyone who has joined on Facebook. So on Facebook, I'm going to be for just a few minutes. It's a introduction and presentation to each evening of the class, and then I'm going to go back to my people that have already subscribed to this program. You can see in the description. Oh, hi, Timmy. Long time no see. So happy to see you here. You can see in the description that this is an online program, a pranic consciousness process that we're doing for 8 days. This is, it's quite at the beginning, so you can still join. The link to it, I'm going to post in the comments so everybody has access to it in case you cannot see the description. And now for the new ones that have joined, we're talking detox and building immunity with essential oils. And we've talked the other day about various types of juices that we can use for detox and building immunity. So that's the topic of the day. And of course, how to get into a deeper state of consciousness follows. And a deep meditation towards the end of it is the cherry on the cake. So it's a full pranic process, but we discuss all aspects of how to raise the frequency, how to enhance our vibration so that more prana can flow through our cells, and also how to detox away not only the physical body, but mostly also the emotional imprints that are so heavy now on us and on the planet with all this worry, stress, and craze that's happening all over the world. When I personally feel it like a constant tension when I get out of meditation, and I am therefore preserving my meditative state all the way through the day to be able to maintain my inner peace and my constant, the state that I'm generally in. I could say happiness, if it doesn't sound too far-fetched. But I know many are in the state of worry. I can feel everyone getting virused by it. So the biggest virus on the planet now is not the flu, is the worry and fear. So we might want to shake that off, and that's what we're talking about. Because mostly when we want to be in a pranic state and have less food and more prana as nourishment, it's all about, of course, how detox and free your body is, but mostly about your emotional and mental state as well. Because I know many, many people who are great meditators, who are in great states of deep communion most of the times, but when they start running their traditional programs of disbelief in terms of this reality of prana can nourish me, they actually block their pranic influx from nourishing them. So detoxing at the mental level on the mental body is very, very important. And detoxing at the emotional body is crucial for pranic nourishment and in a pranic process. So that's why today I've chosen to bring up essential oils, not only for building immunity and for detoxing, but also for an emotional cleanse that is very, very necessary at this time. And detoxes a lot the emotional. And I'm going to take just a moment and come back to you in a second because there's something I really need to do. 1 second. Okay, so this wintergreen that I was talking about, I picked up intuitively like 1 day ago, and I saw that is very powerful also at the emotional level. Like literally, I was dealing with clearing up a few things in my auric field. Mm, and as soon as I applied it on my throat and chest area, people that I was detoxing with have started to call me. So it's very, very interesting how they impact the emotional and energy system quite instantly, especially for us that are sensitives and that are flowing energy quite rapidly through our bodies. So it's very powerful. One of the things that wintergreen does, because I was reading it today, it's cleaning the conflict. So whatever conflict people are in, uh, also internal conflict, not just necessarily with other people, it can be harmonized by using a certain essential oils, and especially this one. Why is it working, you might ask? It's because it accesses the area of the brain where cellular memory or ancient memories are stored, and it's releasing them from that area. It's called the limbic system. So you get access very quickly to an area that maybe it takes ages of meditation to clear out just by accessing it through a smell, because we know smell is very powerful. It's connected to the root chakra, also the place of ancient subconscious memories. And it takes them out, it brings them out from there, but also gently releasing them. So, not necessarily through trauma. So, that's why we've always recommended essential oils in pranic process and along the spiritual path in general, because for me, things that have taken years of meditation to maybe take out or bring out have taken just a few days with essential oils. So for me, it's just amazing what they can do and how they can act. And for the ones who are wondering on Facebook, you see me in this Hindu outfit. I don't know if you see it all, but it's basically a silk Indian gown and a mala because I just came back from the Pranic festival in India and I still am in that energy. So actually, I'm planning to go back as soon as possible because it's so much work that I still have to do there, conferences and meetings and visitations of several vortexes, that I'm really preserving myself in that energy. And the Indian clothes are really calling me. And it's also for the transmission of a special moment that is beginning tonight, or actually tomorrow, but tonight the energy is setting for it, is the Navratri in India. It's celebration, I would call it, or a special moment where people go into fasting for 9 nights, 9 days, and each day they dedicate prayers and communion to a special feminine energy, a special goddess from their pantheon. So it's a very powerful moment for India. I'm very happy that it's happening now, because India is really in a time of crisis, and it's good to have something to clear out, like fasting, like a general fasting all the way through India would really help with that situation. People are really, really worried, scared, and so on. So that's why I'm really connecting into that energy and bringing into discussion with us now, because we're also in 8 days of fasting and detoxing, and not fasting, but pranically nourishing ourselves. So we're uh, tuning into that energy of what they are celebrating. And let's bring in the power of the 9 goddesses to help us and support us during this process, actually, because even if India is there and we are here, all over the Europe, most of us, is just a blink of an eye away. At a certain level of consciousness, time and space do not exist, and we are all connected and we're all one. So yes, we can connect in that energy. We can support it, because they need help too, and they need to tune into the concept that yes, we can be nourished differently through this fasting of 9 days, because we've just made the Pranic festival there to prove it. And we can also receive energy from there, because all the prayers and all the holy rituals that are held there are actually helping not only India but the whole planet. So I'm holding the frequency of that energy, and I'm also telling you about it, because you might want to tune into it and see how it can help you on the pranic process. Yeah. So thank you very much for those of you joining from Facebook, and thank you for your compliments. Sarah Lee says, I'm amazing. Yes, we are all amazing. Thank you very much for that. It's heartwarming to see. And some others here on Zoom are also talking about new types of oils, and they say frankincense in nostrils is very antiviral. Yes, you can use frankincense orally or in any area of your body, as long as it's pure and natural and organic. Just don't, every oil has its own plant personality and has its own qualities, apart from cleansing and releasing emotional aspects. They have at the energy level, they have very, very important properties that we must know. So frankincense is opening very much the upper center, especially the crown chakra, and it's sometimes at least for me, bringing so much cosmic energy and putting me into such high state, then sometimes I risk and become ungrounded from overusing it. So I always have to balance it out with either root chakra meditation, rooting myself, grounding myself constantly, and also using oils that are having this effect, like cedar woods and other essential oils that have this property. So if you are using essential oils, those of you on Facebook, let me hear in the comments, what are you using for your pranic intake, for your detox, for your antiviral properties? What do you use, and what have you used maybe before that has helped you? I want to also learn. I don't want to just teach tonight. So yeah, teach me something. Teach me about the ones that you're used to. And I'm going to move also towards, while you write that, if you write that, I'm going to also move towards other uh, techniques and practices that we can use to enhance our frequency. So far, are there any questions from those of you who are on Zoom or those of you who are on Facebook? Do you want to ask or add anything before we go on? Now I'm going to look for your questions in case you want to post along the way. And I wanted to mention that yesterday with our Zoom participants, we have talked about 8 methods or 8 aspects that we can include in our day-to-day life to raise our frequency and to have a high pranic percentage. And we've also shared methods of measuring our pranic percentage, and we can measure how much prana we have in each chakra, in each endocrine gland, and also in each um, of our energy bodies. So emotional body, mental body, physical body, and so on. All of them can be measured for pranic percentage. Why we want to measure? Well, just to know where we need to add some more of our attention. Yes. So um, we can measure that on any aspect, on any level of our being, and we can measure also the general pranic percentage, so that when we're choosing to not take physical food, then maybe, yes, we're not feeling hungry, but not feeling really balanced either, we can choose to check our pranic percentage for each one of our bodies and see. For example, if you notice that your pranic percentage is not 100% and you have chosen to not take physical food, you might want to take some smoothies for about 20% of your physical nourishment that you're still needing. And that's, avoiding to be in denial and accepting the reality that until you raise your pranic percentage to 100%, you still need to use and add some external nourishment, and that's not bad, that's just balance. Um, Also, by checking the pranic percentage on each one of the bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and so on, you can also have a clear um, idea on which type of nourishment you're really needing. Because if you're not feeling hungry, right, but you're still not feeling fully balanced, like I was saying before, and you do not know why, and you test your physical body and it's 100% on prana, but still you don't feel, grounded enough or focused enough or empowered enough, to do big activities and so on. Maybe you need nourishment, but maybe you do not need it at the physical body. Maybe it's the emotional body or mental body. At the mind level, you might need some nourishment of good information and so on. So once you check the percentage on each body, you are then aware what type of nourishment you need to add in your life. Like, for example, I must confess that I notice myself neglecting my emotional body very often due to my extensive hours of work and traveling. And at some point, I feel that not rested enough, not balanced enough, and I need to check. And then I notice, okay, my emotional body is not 100%. And it's not because I'm feeling unhappy or I need someone from the external to complete and fulfill my life. It's just because maybe I sometimes need to add more fun or listen to more music or dance some more or play with something or add something creative in my life, you know, that would balance back into that 100% that keeps us on the harmony line. So, see, very little fine tunements in our day to day life, or even taking a salt bath with essential oils, like I was saying before, or taking care of whatever area of your body needs pampering, like doing your hair, doing your nails, if you're a lady, especially, that can add more an increase, yes, of the pranic percentage of your emotional body. So you don't need someone to really necessarily call you and tell you how much he loves you or she loves you. You don't need to have proof of affection. You don't even need to have, external resources to do that. You just sometimes need to rest and take care of yourself. Like, for example, today when I woke up around very early, five something, after very few hours of sleep, not more than four, I've noticed myself meditating very little and then going straight into this beautiful work that I'm doing, because there's a scientific group that has been created with friends of mine from all over the world, and some people that are not close friends but are very dear to me. And we're researching now pranic nourishment, and we're researching the possibilities and what happens in the cells and there's geneticists and physicists and doctors, cardiologists and neurologists and other scientists, and a few pranic people. Some of my friends are also participating, like Jasmine and Elitom and others. And all over the night, they're sharing all their research and discoveries. And it's been just created. It was a discussion between me and Nasim Aramin and two doctors from India. And we're just starting and developing this and sharing information with each other. And most of them are sharing it during the night because they're in a different time zone. So when I wake up, I meditate a little, and then I go on this group and find all this amazing information. And I start working in a way, because I'm sharing back, and I'm looking at my own research and sending to them to fill the conversation. So I'm already. And somewhere around 10, after doing all that and doing many other things, and including some of meditation and yoga, but mostly working, I've noticed myself feeling a little off. It was just 10 a.m. and I was already like, not really. So I asked my spirit, what should I do? What is the problem? I don't need food. I don't need any juice. I don't feel to take anything. What is the problem? And, my guidance said, you need to rest and watch a movie. And I'm like, in the middle of the day, like right now, I could do some other activities that imply attending to the people that are waiting for me. No, 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 just rest and watch a movie and finish your sweater. So I'm knitting a very beautiful sweater that I'm just finishing now. I'm going to show it to you actually, because I don't want to bribe without showing. So that's all that I'm doing now. It's actually to show you how much creativity you can add into your life, into a situation where you stay at home. So I just started this when I came back from India, and it's now almost finished in a week. It's a new sweater of the Krishna energy that I'm going to wear soon because it's -4 here in Romania. And I was called to just take a break. So I took my knitting kit and I put on the movie, and I stayed in bed for a few hours, not necessarily always watching the movie, but whatever I was doing was by sitting in bed, by laying down, by really resting my body. My body needed to just sit there and maybe transceive certain energies that I was feeling moving through me actually while I rest. This happens, and it's very beneficial for me and for humanity. And after a couple of hours, I was feeling completely refreshed, like after 10 hours of sleep. And I haven't finished watching the movie because I don't have the patience now to watch a movie from one end to another. It's my energy system is functioning at the higher rate at the moment, so I can't really watch movies or read the full book, in a day. But I did many things, and I also rested in the same time. So it was beautiful. And that's emotional body nourishment, to listen, to really pampering yourself when you need it, and to pay attention to what you need. Yeah, so I was just giving that example to support and enhance the focus on nourishing all of our bodies and paying attention to each one that needs nourishment, and to look at what type of nourishment each one needs. So for the ones on Facebook, if you still want to join the class, go to the link in the comments and utilize it to book your place, and write me a message to know to include you in the Zoom group that we're watching now, because I'm finishing the transmission on Facebook and I'm focusing on my participants. I've shared a lot. I didn't even watch the time, but it's time to end the transmission. So thank you so much. Join the Pranic Process. We have 6 more days of fun together, including today. And it's a powerful detox at all levels. We have a very powerful meditation that's happening every night, and it's going to happen soon, tonight. and a lot of wisdom shared between us, not just by me, that is happening on this group that enhances the personal frequency of each participant and the global frequency of the planet while we're doing it. So blessings to all on Facebook. Big hugs. Watch the link on the comment to see details and hopefully see you soon whenever you are. Good night.